Is that
We be live.
we be live? Let's go back to the studio and delete the other ends. Or tell them that we're live. We have to start a new live. You want to tell them that first?
No live. Starting new live now. Now live. Yeah, we got some definite backlighting, but that's gonna have to do.
You told them that we had to start a new live
Yeah.
stream.
As always, YouTube beta doesn't like us. Starting a new live now. Now live.
All right. See, they got a few people in here. We're just going to wait till everybody gets transferred over.
Okay, go to new live. Same old stuff.
Is that the old one or the new one?
That's the old one.
Yeah.
That's the new one.
There we go. Let's see if I can clean up that
Just
camera
takes a couple
little
clicks to get. Yeah, I'd say that's a little
bit. I don't know.
camera cleaning time. Oops.
There we go.
Better.
Better.
The
Nice.
smear effect is kind of gone.
Oh, they got a little bit of fire. They can.
You gotta look at somebody's butt.
Oh,
There you go.
no, they don't mind. We don't mind.
Should we warn them?
That's all right.
I feel
What is going on, guys? Who is out there? Let's turn the speaker around here so you guys can. Let's see here. Get that. We are all mic'd up. Can you guys hear us okay?
So just me and you.
No, there's 7, 8 people.
Oh, okay. Mine
Yeah,
hasn't updated yet.
Yeah, no, we're
It's super slow.
everybody's getting there. Robert Spencer, yes, you can hear us. Good job.
Oh,
Thank you. Nice. See, if anybody knows if anybody else is back over at the old stream, if you could tell them that we are over here. Once again, we've gone live 5 times, and out of those, only once has actually worked. So this is
was an unscheduled one. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah. No, it was scheduled, but it was.
The one you just started.
Dan and I thought we had it figured out, and apparently not. So keep on RVing. How you doing?
Hello from Lancaster.
Good to hear
County.
from you.
Yeah.
Lancaster County, PA. Your guys' roads, those roads out there are awful. I shouldn't say you guys because you may travel, and they're not your roads, but you know what I'm talking about. I'm sure. PA in New York was. They have to rank number 1 and number 2 on worst roads so far that we've been across.
At least in our ranking.
Yellow from Orange Park, California. Hey, we know where Orange Park is. That is 6549 Harry. Yep, we stayed at at Orange Park when we first got into Florida here last January. Yeah. So real close to Daytona and real close to Canaveral, so you can go and see the rocket launches out there. So we liked it there. That was
fun.
Yeah, the park that we stayed at was sketchy. It was not good.
No,
so We are just waiting. We're going to wait for just a minute or two more. If anybody has access over on the other live feed, if you can let them know that we had to cancel that and start a new live feed once again.
As per usual.
Imagine Travels agrees on the roads have left exhaust parts on New York. Nice. PA roads are so bad. Well, you know how they patch the holes in New York and PA? They fill them with water. All right.
I swear.
Yeah. And you're really lucky if you go through in the winter because they might be frozen. So,
It's just black ice hazard.
right. It still would be better. It
Yeah,
still would be
yeah, that's
better.
true. Keep falling into every hole.
Hershey Motorhome, Hershey, PA here. We
Yeah,
went through Hershey, didn't we?
yeah. I think we drove
Yeah.
through.
I don't think we stopped in Hershey. Um, the roads are really getting better in the last 5 years. Okay, I'll take your word for that, but I can tell you the roads that we just saw here 2 or 3 months ago shook us to death. We still both need dental work. All right.
And the RV needs repairs.
Oh, yeah, it was
Broke a few parts.
yeah, most definitely. Littleton, Colorado. How you doing there, Crow's Nest?
Hey.
Good to have you here.
Yeah, good to see you back.
I forget Littleton is up by Denver, is it not? I think it is. I think it's. We didn't quite go up to Denver. We went to Colorado Springs, and then we went over to Salida. We hung out with Dan and Jen for about a month, and then came on down here. I do believe you. Yes, yes, they are bad. PA, and I'll tell you who's a real close third, though, is Louisiana. And if you haven't driven I-10 across Louisiana, yeah,
That's a rough one.
that'll give anybody a run for their money. We snapped the leaf springs on our. Oh my gosh,
That's rough.
that. But true, isn't it? Oh my gosh, yes, close to Denver, Littleton. Yeah, I used to live in Colorado Springs. I was stationed there in the Army, and I just love Colorado. I really do. It's been great getting back there and seeing it again. And right now, we are at the Balloon Festival in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Oh my God.
So they had yesterday was the first day of the Balloon Festival, and if they didn't show anything on the news, we got fogged out.
Yeah.
We literally and we've got video of it. We literally watched the fog move in before only about a dozen balloons actually got launched.
And that was it.
And the fog moved in and nobody could fly. And it was practically noon before it cleared up. And so yesterday was a
No bueno.
big, big fail for the Albuquerque Balloon Festival. So,
Yeah.
yes, close to Denver, South Leaf Springs. Imagine a severe lack of signage on PA roads too. I agree. They really need to do some work. PA roads, and I don't want to go too far into it, but yeah, New York and PA, we were really glad to get out of there. It was bad. So before we start, what's everybody drinking? We've got rum and coke here. We've got Fresca and vodka here. We are at the Sandia Casino in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and this is actually a fireplace, and on the other side over here is the pool. And we found kind of a private area. We wanted to do around the fireplace, but it might have gotten too warm.
Yeah.
And we really didn't.
The computer.
Yeah, we didn't know. We didn't know how we would set that up, and we didn't want to take the fireplace away from anybody that wanted to come and be there. So
Long Island
iced tea for Imagine Travels.
You read the one before that?
Yeah. Griswold. Robert is in Griswold.
Connecticut.
Connecticut. Did we get to Connecticut?
We passed through
We
Connecticut.
passed through Connecticut. I don't think we stopped though, did we?
Not really.
Yeah, not really. No. Uh, we're headed out to Keystone State Park in Oklahoma, taking our time.
Tuesday.
Wow, we know so little about Oklahoma. I know that's one of the winners that we want to do is kind of Oklahoma all the way down to Padre Island in Texas, and hopefully we'll get a chance to kind of check out Oklahoma. I've driven through it a couple times, but I don't know that much about it.
You see what Keep on RVing is
Coke,
having?
Coke for one, and
And
butter
butter
pecan
pecan
ice
ice
cream
cream.
for now you're thinking.
Woo!
Nice.
That's some good stuff.
Oh. We're kind of curious. We've got top 10 questions. If you guys have questions, just throw them out there. We'll try to keep up and we'll try to read them off. If we don't mention your question, just highlight it and paste it again just that we can see it go by. We're not streaming real fast and we'll be able to, we should be able to keep up and see everybody there.
So,
So,
do we want to talk about today's balloon
oh,
festival?
today's balloon festival. Okay, so yesterday was a big fail, all the way around, and we'll. I'm working on the video on that. We'll get that out. The fog moved in, covered everything up, and it was done. There was hardly a balloon took off. The balloon fiesta today, though, was a complete success. Yeah, we got there early. We left an hour earlier to get down there.
You got to
Um,
spend some extra time to get through the parking
yeah,
situation.
yeah, and we were in there for the morning glow. That's when they light them all up. They sent up the dawn
Dawn
patrol, which is
patrol.
about a half dozen balloons, and then the mass ascension went off without a hitch.
Oh, it was wonderful.
It was amazing. It was
Yeah.
absolutely amazing. That is a bucket list item. If it's not on your bucket list, it really should be. The only thing I'm going to say though is once.
At least once, but
Once.
yeah, it's up to you whether what enough
If
you
you're
want to
not
do
a
it again.
if
I
you're
don't know.
not a
Yeah.
people person,
Mm.
if you're not a sit in traffic and wait person, if you're not an early morning person, once is going to be plenty, and you'll be okay. Um, it's I don't know about expense. It's not that expensive. It's more expensive getting here than actually attending the balloon festival. So
Right.
that
Yeah.
was okay. But it is, if you've never been to one, it definitely is a bucket list item, and definitely go and see it. If you want to do it twice, that's on you. And
If you're a people person, it's great.
yeah, yeah, it
Uh,
is very crowded,
yeah.
but you do get to walk through the balloons and actually see it all, and that was really cool. So, unfortunately, we wanted to try to do something with the night glow in the background.
Wouldn't that have been awesome?
Yeah, but they wanted a complete uh, another parking. Uh, Another admittance, and
Yeah.
it was like,
Whole
okay,
nother
we already
expense.
paid one time today. It doesn't apply. You can't come and go. So we'd have to literally pay again to get in there for the night glow and see it all again. So we thought, no, let's do it at the casino, and
Yeah.
so
So we do have our Endeavor Facebook page, and I will get all the photos that I took up there if you want to go look at them. Hopefully in another day or two, maybe tonight.
Facebook, are those up on our page?
Yeah.
Ourendeavor.net. Yeah. So,
They're not yet, but they will be.
oh, they're not yet.
No.
Oh, you just said they were.
You interrupted me while I was
Oh.
working on the photos. and said, "We got to go do a live." And I said, "Okay, I'm not done."
Well, they will be up there shortly.
Yeah.
So, uh, all right. All right. Well, we are going to do, we basically looked up the top 10 questions that people considering RVing, wanting to know more about full time RVing, ask. And we thought, let's go through those. And if you guys have questions along the way, you can shoot them by us and let us know. And we'll see if we can't answer your questions. But we've got about 25 actually popped up here. But we're gonna go ahead and see if we can tackle about 10 of them. We'll see if we can get through it rather quickly. And if you guys have questions, throw it at us. Imagine Travels, we have a small one here every year at at a winery would be beautiful.
Oh, wow.
About a dozen or so in balloons.
The night glow.
Yeah, the night glow is
Yeah.
amazing. If you get a chance to do a night glow, is absolutely amazing. And it's funny that you say that because that's where I got the idea for this 30 years ago when I was stationed in Colorado. Colorado Springs had a small balloon festival, and there were about 2 dozen balloons, I guess, something like that. We went over early in the morning, and it was absolutely gorgeous. And somebody had mentioned, they said, if you haven't been to the Albuquerque Balloon Festival, you definitely need to go. So for the last 30 years, this has been one of my bucket list items to get out here and do that. So, yeah,
Good that you finally got to do
yeah,
it
yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
and drag me along.
So,
Okay.
so the first question we see come up is, do you ever get tired of living in such a small space? And so let's back this up a little bit. We are finishing up. We're actually having an anniversary. Um, this week has been our second year of being full time, and we are going into season 3 of our endeavor this month. So we have our third year coming up, and we have no intentions of stopping. But so you've had 2 years, and
Do I
what
get tired of a small space?
do you get tired of the small space?
No. To me, the RV is an apartment on wheels, and I like it just like it is. We have enough space where, if one of us wants to go back in the bedroom and lie down or watch TV back there, it works fine.
Yeah,
And of course, there's always outside too. Um, every once in a while, you kind of rub each other raw and the wrong way, and you just kind of like get out of my face. Then,
yeah,
you got the back bedroom, you got the living room, you got outside, you can go for a walk, any number of things.
yeah. Arguments need to be settled pretty quickly because you do have a small space, but it is comfortable enough to where you do have a little separation, and I think that's important.
Yeah.
So you can kind of get away from each other if you need to, and
Well, and that goes into the choice of the RV or coach that you
yeah,
purchase
yeah, and
is
how
make sure
that's
you have enough room
yeah,
that you're comfortable.
yeah, and I know that's one of the questions coming up. So we'll when we get up to that one, we'll get up to it. So. How do you get mail, internet, TV, phone service? This one's been answered a million times, and
Yeah.
anybody that's been full timing pretty much knows. But for those that are uninitiated or haven't done it, you really need to set up um, a mailbox in your local state, wherever your domicile state is, and they need to be able to collect your mail and send it to you. And you can have your mail basically sent to any RV park. Most every RV park accepts mail for people. There's only been one or two that haven't.
Or the local post office.
Yeah, the local post office, and they say, well, how does that work? You send it to your name, general delivery. You go down to the post office, and when it gets there, you just walk up to the front counter and you say your name, you show them your ID, and say general delivery. They go back and they look, and usually, if it's there, they bring you back your little bundle of mail, and you've got it. So the mail service does charge for this. I know ours does, but it's not very much. It's anywhere between $6 and $10 to have about a month's worth of mail forwarded to us, and we usually just send it when we're boondocking. We'll just have it sent to a local PO box. Uh, excuse me, post office. I apologize. Not a PO box. General delivery at the post office. So
Ding ding, time's up.
yep.
This is quick. Cover them shortly.
Yeah, we're gonna see if we can get through as many as we can. Uh, how do you get your? This is that was mail.
Ugh,
The other
how
part of
many
that
people cover
question,
this?
yeah, was internet, TV, and phone service. So everybody's a little bit different on how they want to get their internet, their TV, and their phone service. Obviously, the freeway is by the antenna on the roof of the RV. Most places that we have been, we've got anywhere between 3 and 150 channels. So that's a little bit. For us, we also have Netflix. We have our cell phones. Um, the the cell phones have a limited amount of data, and then we have an unlimited data plan with AT&T. Um, and this pretty much covers us everywhere we want to go.
Yes, the unlimited plan with the AT&T is through the Mobley, and that's a whole nother subject. But that gives us our internet. We
Yeah.
can get anything we need. Watch Netflix.
Yep. And I have to say, we watch less TV now
Yeah, that's the
than
big
when
thing.
we were in Sticks and Bricks. Honestly, everywhere that we go, there's even if it's literally just outside,
Things
it's
to see,
there's
things
things.
to do.
Yeah, there's things to see and do. So we don't watch as much TV as we used to. So um, do we just stay at RV parks? And how much does overnight RV parking typically cost? Ooh, that's going to depend on a lot of factors. We have,
Keep it short.
yeah, we have Thousand Trails. We won't go into it here. And
We
when
already
we're
did.
when
Yeah.
we're not in Thousand Trails, yeah, but if you look at some of the past ones, you'll see. We'll handle any questions if you have questions about Thousand Trails. But we boondock
A lot.
a lot. And then there are campgrounds, and they range in fees between $5 a night to $70 a night.
We
And
typically stay away from the $70 a night.
yeah, we really like the boondocking, and we're really outfitted for it. So we typically go boondocking, and that can mean a casino like where we're at now, or a Forest Service campground out on BLM. So
Eggs.
how long do you typically stay in one day in one place? So
We've answered this question.
we how many? But it is a question. Everybody's different,
Yeah,
and
that's true.
everybody's going to have their own comfort level on how long they like to stay. She and I both know what that day is. You want to say it together?
Sure.
All right.
10
10
days.
days. About 10 days in, we are starting to know where the grocery store is, where the gas station is. We know our way into town and back to the RV park. And about the second day after that happens, we're ready to go.
Yeah.
So it's just
We've seen the sights.
we've been here too long.
Move on.
Yeah, it's time to go. So yeah. If you guys have any questions, shoot them at us. How long did it take you to downsize?
Good question.
Oh my gosh. It was a little bit longer for me. Going full time was actually a 10-year plan, and about 2 years of actually downsizing um, and getting into the coach. And it was about a year,
Yeah, it took about a
about a
year of
year
prep. Yeah,
from her apartment into the coach.
yeah,
So
getting rid of furniture and deciding what to keep and store and what just to get rid of, and what to take along.
yeah.
So, yeah, it was about a year process getting everything ready to go. And
Yep. Uh, let's see. How many miles per gallon do you get in one of those things? So if you don't know, we have a diesel pusher, and that is probably one of the most common questions we get for somebody. For somebody
there's so
that's
many factors to it,
yeah,
though.
there really is. Um, in general, those things get about 8.5 miles per gallon dry. That's before you put anything into them.
Water,
Yeah, water,
tank,
propane.
fill
Yeah,
up everything.
yeah. So when you start boondocking, you're taking away fuel for the generator because you're going to be running your generator. Um, you're doing a little bit of off-roading, and you're doing a lot of back streets and a lot of back street driving, trying to get to some places. Uh, we have seen a month where we boondock a lot, like with Dan and Jen. I think when we filled up, we had about 4 miles to the gallon. But
Dang generator.
that was also about 20 days worth
Yeah, we
of,
were out there.
of boondocking. So, and it was cold, and we were running our generators a lot. So, and we on average, I think, for the entire last year, about 6.89 is what our average is. So, and that's
We're,
pretty accurate.
yeah, we're towing a truck with the bikes in the back, which is fairly heavy, and so that cuts down on your mileage. So, onward.
Onward. Uh, when are you going to return to the real world?
I love this question.
I really
We're
do.
in the real world.
Yeah,
We were at the Albuquerque Balloon Festival today. Is
yeah,
that not real?
yeah, absolutely. It's funny because you'll get that question from people that don't RV. But when you go to, we have happy hours, and people will come over and sit and visit with us, and that really is the last thought on their mind. I mean, you'll never hear that question
Go
from
home?
anybody that is actually full timing. Uh, yeah, this is our real world. We we don't treat it as a vacation, and this is where we live. And we don't get to see things every day, but we do get a new front and backyard pretty often.
Pretty often, yeah.
Yeah. So, um, not the real world is thinking that you're going to be on vacation. And I think that there is a little bit of that to get over when you first start full timing. You want to see everything and do everything. Well, you're still in kind of weekend warrior mode, RB adventure mode. And as soon as you settle down and relax a little bit, it's like when you're at your sticks and bricks. You're gonna watch TV. You're gonna go out
We
and
have days we do nothing.
Yeah,
Just
well,
hang out.
or go and visit with the neighbors, or
Yeah, often. Yeah,
so.
meet new people.
But back to the real world now. This is I don't know how long we'll make this last, but
Someday maybe we
yeah,
might have to.
yeah.
Back to the sticks and bricks and job world. But
Where
this
do
is
you
the real world.
where do you dump your poop? So this is a video that I haven't wanted to do because there are so many places to go out and dump. And believe it or not, it's not that hard to do. Going on Campendium, freecampsites.net, um, free RV dump sites. And if you Google any of those, the sites will pop up. And believe it or not, with very few exceptions, one of them being Quartzsite, Arizona, um, you can find a free place to dump. Um, Generally along your path, the route that you're going, where you're going, almost without fail. I mean, there really is very rarely that we can't find someplace. So that one's really easy, but no, I'm not going to make a video on it. So enough people have done that one, so I'm not going to do
Not
that.
going there.
What do you do for making money on the road? Wow, the $1 million question, literally.
Yeah.
Um, Everybody is different. We've seen van dwellers that I don't know what their plan was, and I don't know how they do it. You do have to have an income. You can't just come out here. You do have to have somewhat of a plan. And
Money from somewhere.
yeah, so as far as we go, we have investments. You know, and I spent a lot of years making sure that I could make this happen. So it wasn't done on a whim, and it wasn't done. Uh, it wasn't done because we had to either. It was done because this is really what I truly wanted to do, and had to make sure that I had investments that would take care of that. So without getting into too much detail,
Yeah.
that's about
Kind of
it.
a plan.
But everybody is going to be different. Everybody's. Would I come out here without a plan, without some sort of income coming in? No, no. It's not free, um, and it's certainly not cheap. Uh,
Still
so
have bills to pay.
yeah. And if you think that you're going to come out here and start a YouTube channel and
And get paid.
and you're going to get rich doing that, more power to you. But there's a the real world is we do the YouTube because we enjoy seeing you guys. We enjoy talking to you guys. We enjoy sharing with you guys. Um, and if we had to rely on getting paid from YouTube, yeah, that would not be a good thing. So,
Uh,
how do you keep up with friendships while on the road?
well,
We have friends at home. We have friends on the road, and honestly, we have more friends on the road than I've ever had in sticks and bricks.
true.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I count myself lucky, and I really appreciate you guys, and meeting you guys when we're out here.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
We typically meet more people on a daily, if not a weekly, if not a daily basis than we ever had back in our sticks and bricks at home.
Yeah.
So
You end up talking to people who you happen to be sitting next to, or
yeah,
park next to, or camp next to. And of course, social media helps a lot. Keeping up, with friends and family, grandkids at home. And Our village lets us know where our friends are, and especially when they come to the same area we're in, we can see that they're near us
Yeah.
and connect with them.
Yeah.
So,
If you are an RVer, and you haven't checked out our village, go check that out. I know the last live that we did, I had a few people that friended us over there. It really is the best way to keep track of us, where we're at, and what we're doing. And it gives us a chance to talk to you. And when we do end up someplace that we're both at the same RV park or the same wherever it is, gives us a chance to actually reach out and say, hey, you guys want to come over for a happy hour?
yeah,
Or,
meet somewhere, do something.
yeah, we love it. We absolutely love it.
Time's up.
I, I'm just going to say that everybody so far in the RV parks and even out here at the casino, parked out here at this casino, are the nicest people.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're an introvert, that's too bad. You got to get over that because there are so many conversations happening outside your coach. So definitely get out there. But
Yeah, don't be afraid.
no, what about washing clothes? Like,
Personal preference.
yeah, this is going to depend on whether you have if you have enough room and if this is something that you can live with or live without, as far as having a washing machine on board on the coach. We have a washing machine. We use it regularly. Couldn't imagine doing without it, honestly. And if it broke tomorrow, we would just have to go and buy another one. Yeah.
Must have for
Yeah.
us. Yeah.
I've been into a few um, laundromats, and I
Not your favorite thing.
no, when you can stay home and do it at home, absolutely. So,
Yeah.
but everybody's going to be different. Most of your RV places, your RV parks have laundromats. Almost all cities have laundromats, so it's never a problem finding some place to do your laundry. Um,
Pretty simple.
and the fire is still going behind us. Do you guys like the fire back there? You
Minus
guys got
people.
yeah.
There were some people there for a while.
You guys got quiet. I'm hoping everybody's okay out there. Does Karen drive the RV?
That's kind of essential that if anything were to happen to Dave, that I have the ability to drive the coach. And yes, I'm not great at in town, in the city streets and stuff, but getting down the highway, no problem.
Yeah, no, she does great. I have done it. I have probably 20 years experience driving them. So she's still in learning mode, but she does just fine. Uh,
The comment.
but but she does just fine getting. And if something happened to me, I know she'd be able
Yes,
to
I'd be able
drive
to do
it.
it.
So no beating your clothes on the rock down by the stream. You know, you could do that, right? they there may be environmental laws, and so you might
I
want
don't know.
to might want to
Some of these
check that.
streams that we've seen,
Yeah.
especially in Florida,
Oh,
danger.
yeah. Um, None of the streams are clear, like
Mm,
east of the Mississippi. So are you sure you want to do that? Unless you have tan or beige clothing,
right.
then you'd
Then
be
you're
okay.
okay. Ah,
Oh, you guys, who's that? Crow's Nest is getting ready to take your first trip ever. Oh my, good for
oh,
you guys. Hopefully
yeah.
not too long, close by, give you a little bit of experience.
Weren't those guys headed to Sedona?
Sedona? Were you
Was
guys
that
going
it?
to
Sedona?
Sedona? No, let us know. Was it no telling about
The
what the
bears.
bears are doing upstream? Yeah. No telling what the bears are doing upstream. Exactly. All
Or the
right.
cows or
Or the
anything
cows
else.
or people, hikers.
Uh,
Um,
funny. Okay.
what do you guys do for groceries and cooking? We cook ourselves. She's an excellent cook. I cook. Um, really, other than fuel, your next biggest expense is going to be eating out, and we try to minimize that. Um, to be frank, we just can't afford it. So, but we do cook very well, and we cook restaurant quality dinners, um, and we're always trying new things. And
Yeah.
Gordon Ramsay is my hero. So,
He's your best friend,
right.
practically.
So you should
Videos,
see me.
videos, more videos.
But no, we just love cooking.
Yeah.
So, Crow's Nest is heading Oklahoma first and Arizona for the winter. Are you going down to Quartzsite? Going to see the kids? He's got a travel trailer. Also, awesome. Awesome. We are going to be in Arizona for November through probably February.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will be in that kind of that what is it? Phoenix, Palm Springs, Yuma Triangle.
For the
The
winter.
RVers Bermuda Triangle there. So if you guys are down there in Quartzsite, definitely hit us up, and we would love to meet you guys. So yes, Quartzsite, they're
Yeah.
going there. Well, definitely hit us up, and you can find us in our village. Friend us over there, and we always get together with people in Quartzsite. We would love to get together with you. So, uh, and groceries, as far as going back to the question, groceries and cooking, Walmart is your friend. There's so many different supermarkets. It's really, at least Walmart seems to be a more, I don't know, you kind of know it. And there's so many of them that
They're everywhere.
they don't necessarily have the best meats or the best vegetables, but they have everything, and
Decent. They have decent.
they
Yeah.
do okay.
Yeah.
So,
And occasionally we're spending the night in their parking lot, so the least we can do is go in and supply our stuff from there. So
how do you know what type of RV to choose? Oh my gosh. Okay, so if you're new and you're trying to figure out, okay, this is something that you want to try. This is you're not really sure if you want it full time or not. Um, I'm going to recommend you not buy a brand new coach, not buy a brand new rig, and maybe you pick up a used rig, and go out and try it out and see what you think, and see how it feels. This is going to give you a little better idea of what you want in your next coach, uh, the different amenities, how big you want the next coach, how big you feel comfortable in driving, whether it's a fifth wheel, whether it's a motorhome. So yeah, for us, I drove Class A motorhomes for Beaver Coaches for 15 years, delivered them around the country. I fell in love with it. And so I had no doubt in my mind that I wanted a 40-foot coach and a Class A diesel pusher. So when I started looking, that's what I started looking for, and that's what we ended up getting. So Crow's Nest, you friended us on our village last week, but go by Jet Mac. Yes, I remember you. Absolutely. Why do you guys change your names? Can't you have the same name? Like, no, I remember you. Yes. We'll definitely stay in touch. Let us know when you're in Quartzsite. We will be there. for Thanksgiving.
Yes, we'll be there by things.
We'll be there by Thanksgiving, and then we'll be in that general RVers Bermuda Triangle for 3-4 months. So I know
I could change one
I
of
should
them.
change one of them. Yes. Yeah, it's all good. I'm just giving you. I'm just giving you crap. Don't even worry about it. But yes, I do remember you, and glad to have you along. What's your favorite place or trip that you've been or done?
Yeah, well,
Oh my gosh. Okay, so here's the deal. Picking a favorite place or trip is like picking your favorite kid because you eventually want to go back there someday. And if you didn't pick that place and you go back there and go, wow, you know what? This is much better than I remember. I actually like this one more. All right. So
oh, it's all great. Yeah,
it really is. We Florida was fantastic. I think
yeah,
Florida and Arizona are our two favorite states so far.
yep,
Yeah,
I concur.
yeah. So Dan and Jen, our friends, are going down to Florida this year. And if you guys see this video, you guys safe travels. We haven't heard from you in a couple days, and I'm sure that they are okay. But and we are headed to Arizona, so there you go. Uh, how we doing on time? We're at 46.
Yeah, I got about 15 minutes
We're
left.
doing okay. Okay, let's say that we decided to get off the road. Have we found any place where we'd like to be?
Oh,
Oh my gosh. So if you didn't
well,
hear the question, if we decided to get off the road, have we found some place that we'd like to be?
permanent.
Permanent. Yeah.
I love Bend.
I really do. So we're
I love
from
Bend.
Bend, Oregon. I have 30 years there. I think you have more than that.
Yeah. Well, I'm originally from Canby, Oregon. Hey, Canby.
Yeah.
And moved over the mountain to Bend. Love the desert. Love the less rain. And that's been my favorite ever since.
It it has been mine, and that's what you assume. I've been there for 30 years, and that's the reason why I've been there. But I'm tired of the snow. All right.
Yeah, because you were plowing
Bend
snow.
Bend, Oregon is a little ski town. Ski and golf. You play golf in the summer and ski in the winter. And I really enjoyed it. I love living there. I love Bend. But after 30 years, you kind of you want to see something new. You want to go and experience something new.
Travel,
Um,
do great things.
I rather than pick one, I'd rather pick uh, a someplace to live in Oregon, someplace to live in Arizona, and then potentially someplace to live like Florida, North
Yeah,
Carolina.
yeah, right in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
somewhere over there. So I picked 3 places, and then I'm going to drive the motorhome and go from each place. All right,
And just circulate.
and then just circulate, and depending on what I want to have,
That's
where
cheating. That's not a real answer.
that is a real answer. So,
All right, whatever.
yeah.
Next question.
All right. All right. Why did you choose to live in an RV? We'll answer that really quick. Uh, I had a bucket list to fill. Um, I
Places
watched
to go.
I watched both of my parents die in 2005, 2007, and I made it a point that I wasn't going to wait. I wasn't gonna put it off anymore. So that's the reason why we're out and doing this. So, and I want to do this all before I get too old to actually do anything.
Mhm.
So,
Well, we still have our health.
yes.
Yeah.
So, That's, you know what, we did pretty good. We went through a
Covered.
bunch of questions. Yeah,
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 I
that
like
was
it.
about it.
I like it.
Oh. Well, if you guys had questions for us, let us know. We're out of questions unless I Google some more.
Don't let him Google it
Don't
anymore.
let them Google anymore.
You got 10 minutes for your sign off and your final. And I'm
Yeah,
almost out of drink.
yeah, we're almost done. Uh, so who all is our full time RVers out there? Who all are thinking about full time, and who are just friends? Because I see a handful of people on, and I'm curious out there. Does anybody have, you know what we can make this is, does anybody have a YouTube channel? And would you like a free shout out? We'll give you
Shout
a
out.
free
Now
shout
there's a
out.
question for you.
How did you two meet? Oh my gosh. Um, I was coming out of a relationship, and I was walking Chance, our dog, uh, down at the ballpark,
Dog park.
the dog park,
Yeah.
and I ran into this gal. So
So we started talking,
yeah,
and it just kind of went from there.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Uh,
So yeah, we've been together 4 years, and 3 of those are on the road, pretty much, right?
hmm Well, going into our third year.
Yeah.
So this is season 3 coming up. I still have.
So we were talking about this the other night. See
Yep.
some people we met right here by the pool. Our first year, we did we circled down to Arizona, did a short trip down there with the plans of going back home in the summer, just in case one of us hated each other by that time and we were gonna bail out. We'd be back home. That was the bailout period.
Yeah, we. I wanted to make sure she had. I knew that's what I wanted to do. I had
Right,
very little
right.
doubt. But Karen really took a leap and
Of
said,
faith.
"Yeah, and let's try this out." So our first year was going down to the Southwest,
Yeah.
and then that summer we were headed back up. And I told her, I said, I won't hold it against
If it
you.
doesn't work,
I have no problem if it's not working for you. You don't, you know. So, and
uh,
she's still here. I don't.
stayed.
She stayed.
I
So,
love it.
oh,
Absolutely love this life.
how about Harry asked? How about a video of the RV in the future? Sure. What do you? So we've
Like
been,
a tour.
yeah, we've been asked that a couple times, like an interior tour. I think we can manage that. I think we can make that happen.
Yeah.
So we'll see
One
if
of
we
the
can come up.
lives that we did was from inside because the weather sucked.
Crow's Nest that says, I put the moves on it. Yeah, put the all the way from Oregon down to the Southwest, and then all the way back up. I had to be on top of my game because I really wanted her to stay.
Yeah, be the
So
real nice guy. Don't leave, don't leave. Oh, funny.
you guys are still on your honey. Well, thank you.
Yes, we
Yes, we
are.
are.
Yes.
Mom and I have been together for 32 years. Oh my
Awesome.
God!
Love it.
Congratulations, there. That is awesome. So now, is she gonna want to get into a motorhome with you
With
and
you.
travel?
Small
Because
space.
the only way I was able to do it is she didn't know me that well. So, and she's still here.
I'm still here.
Right.
Imagine that.
No, I think
Uh,
what's going to wrap us up, unless you had anything else you wanted to do.
no, that pretty much covered
All
everything.
right. Guys, thank you so much for coming out. I can't even tell you. And, you know, we keep having troubles getting the live feed going, and I hope that someday we are going to figure that out. I set the scheduled live feed, and then when I go to click it to go live, it won't.
It won't do it.
It won't do it. And I don't see Joe, the computer guy, here tonight, but I was gonna hit him up. But if anybody has a good idea on what is going on with that, thank you very much, Harry. I sure appreciate it. Good night. Have a good night. If you know your YouTube and you're up on your live stream connections, I'd love to chat with you. Definitely hit me up and send me a note. And maybe Dan and I thought that we had this figured out. We don't, and we don't know exactly what's going on with this. So I'm about ready to go to OBS Studio. It's more of a broadcasting type software, but there's usually a 2-minute delay.
And when you get it, when we get feedback,
yeah, so it would literally mean the difference between us getting to talk to each other and us talking to you, and then 2 minutes later you talking to us. And
there's there's still a little bit.
Yeah, there's some pluses and minuses to that, but the delay is the biggest one that I don't like. So, Crow's Nest, enjoy the festival. See you soon, Jetbag. Rodrigo and Debbie, absolutely, Rodrigo and Debbie. We will see you guys later.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, we are so glad that you guys came by. You guys have a good night. We are going to wrap this one up, and we are still having fun in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Next week, we start our season 3, and hopefully, I will have an intro video that I can give you guys a sneak peek on. Hopefully, I'll have that all done, and we are really looking forward to our 3rd year on the road. So we're glad to have you guys along. We really appreciate you guys a lot. So again, if we're out there and we're by you and we're running by you, say hi. And if there's any way we can meet, we'll absolutely do it. We love getting together.
Yeah.
So you guys,
we're gonna wrap this up, and we're gonna go climb into.
Oh, we are getting in the hot tub, by the way. Yes, absolutely. So, buenos noches. Keep on RV, and have a good night. So glad that you came along. All right, everybody. You guys have a good night. We will see you next week. I don't remember where we're going to be at. We are going to be on the road to maybe Sholo, Arizona, but we may be boondocking. So I don't know.
Well, I may have to fly home for a little while, so the plans may be kind of up in the air. So family stuff. We'll just have to play it by ear.
Yeah,
Karen, it might just be you.
Yeah, it might be. These guys don't want to just see me, so I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
I may have to pay some kids to sign on and watch.
There you go.
No, hopefully everything. She'll be with us, and but.
Or I could get online and I could heckle him through the whole thing. That's my idea.
Right. Yes, fireside chat. There you go. Oh, Imagine Travels. You have a good night. Yes, I know, right? If I wasn't worried about getting all of the equipment wet, we would be over there. Absolutely. Goodbye, everybody. We will talk to you guys next week. And until then, you guys have a great week. And so glad that you came by. And
good to see y'all.
And definitely thanks for those questions. Shoot them at us next week. If you didn't get your question on, you were kind of curious.
You're just thinking about something. Go ahead, fire it away.
Yep. Okay, guys, take care. We're going to end this stream. Bye-bye.
Bye.